Well, right now I'm in Pietra Military Cemetery. This is where all of the Commonwealth War Graves from World War I and World War II are buried here. There's a lot of British, a little bit of Australians, there are some New Zealanders and a few South Africans. Now because of the way of Malta's geographic location with the grounds, they all had to be cut into rocks like this. And basically they got 3 people to a tombstone. I mean, there's a British Medical Corps right here, Royal Engineers, and the Welsh Regiment. So I found a couple of Australians who were here, and a lot of these people, they got injured in Gallipoli, so they ended up dying here, since Malta was a British military area where the war dead could come and recover. This one here is a bit unusual. It's got a cross. George and Edith Jones of East Campbell, Victoria, Australia. Created love, have no man, he laid down his life for his friends. You see, I normally not tend to see Irish war graves, because at the time, there are either Irish people fighting for the British, or Irish people fighting for independence. So either way, a lot of them did give their lives to the British Empire, and here is one of them. H. McClellan of the Royal Irish Rifles died 27th of September 1915, aged 18. I did a lot of work in Stafford and Staffordshire this year, so I'd always go past the North Stafford War Memorial. This guy died 15th of January 1916. I'm assuming he passed away from his injuries in So it says right there, these graves were transferred from a military cemetery on the other side of Malta. And these ones here, I think they're Yugoslavian people, Yugoslavian troops. Just says their name, doesn't say anything else. Just kind of sad, because I'd like to know what they were doing in Malta at the time. These are mostly World War II graves. And this is my first time I'm actually seeing the grave of a Maltese troop, the Royal Malta Artillery. So it's got the Maltese cross, and a similar type of gunner you see from the Royal gunners and stuff. Estilato, Royal Malta Artillery, 20th of July 1942, age 19, died in active service to save Malta and his mother country. Rest in peace. How fitting. And here are a couple more heroes of Malta. A Salvia, A Salvia, the King's Own Malta Regiment. He died in 42. G. Galea. I grew up with a lot of Galeas in Australia. Part of Royal Engineers. And then this one here. Eve Kataja, the Malta Pioneer Group. Died. So Valletta is all the way around here. That's where I'm heading. So I'm at this cemetery 5 minutes ago. Short walk to the capital of Malta. So right here in Valletta, this is a monument to celebrate independence from British rule on the 21st of September 1964. Down there, Valletta. Gonna get down there in a few minutes' time. Over here is a war memorial. I think it looks American or something, or it could be British. And then there's another war memorial like right where my hand is. So I'm gonna go check out the small war memorial right now. So, right here, this is a war memorial because in World War II, Malta was heavily bombed by the Germans and the Italians. And if it wasn't for the heroic efforts of the Brits, the Australians, the New Zealanders, the Poles, the Czechs, the Norwegians, the Americans, Malta would have been occupied by the fascists. So it's got two eternal flames and the coat of arms. And if you do look at a Maltese flag, the medal on the top left-hand corner is actually a St. George's cross, which was given to Malta by King George VI, the previous King of England, for like heroic efforts and bravery of the island nation in World War II. Let me assure you that I am fully conscious of the important and patriotic part that Malta's played during these years of warfare. King George V. So at the top here is a golden eagle. It kind of does represent like American stuff, because I do think America could get involved in Malta. But right here we got the names of people from Commonwealth forces who died while fighting in Malta. We have some South Africans, the South African Air Force, New Zealanders, Canadians, Australian, so I was born. Newfoundland. I was visiting his grave only a few hours ago. Royal Air Force, more. You see, Malta was all about fighting in the skies. I don't think it was all about like land, I guess. South Africans. Oh, Royal Air Force of Newfoundland. So, putting on Australia tonight, the one thing you'll see right here, that's damage from air raids during World War II. Quite impressive. I mean, look how steep this is. It's all the way down and all the way up. Look at that church over there. Can't see it on my viewfinder. You hear the bells tell. It's Sunday, Christmas Eve. Midnight Mass isn't until midnight Christmas Day. But Sunday Mass has already started. Merry Christmas to my followers, my faithful Metalhead. Hope you have a cool Yule. Look after yourselves this Christmas. So I finally found an Anglican church that's not going to be used by Catholics tonight. Just the main Anglican church in Valletta is going to be used by Catholics. And I don't want to start this argument over Catholics and Anglicans, but it just, you know, like Malta is like 98% Catholic, and the rest are like other denominations of Christianity and Islam. So this is a really rare find for me, because I've only found this maybe once, and it was in London. Right here we have the grave of Richard Follow, Royal Newfoundland Regiment, died 23rd of November 1915, age 23, asleep with Jesus. And he was a corporal, And Newfoundland at the time was still part of the British Empire. It didn't join Canada until 1949. So if you went to the cemetery in London or in Belgium and France, you'd find a lot of Newfoundlanders' graves. Because, I mean, the moose separates them from the rest of the Canadians. The Canadians normally have the maple leaf. Unless they were like Canadian Navy, then they've got their own different insignias.